Our next scholar is Alan Dufort, senior at Norwich Free Academy, and his sponsor is Comcast. The presenter will be Robert Earley, Vice President of the State Government Relations for Comcast, and they will be accompanied by Dr. David Klein, Superintendent of NFA, and Mr. Leo Butler, the Diversity Officer. Let's take a look and see what happened when we met with Alan.
My name is Alan Dufort, and I go to Norwich Free Academy. When I found out I won the scholarship, I was excited. I mean, they pulled me into my class and kind of lied about why I was in there, and just to see all the faces of all the people on the committee, the Martin Luther King committee, and they told me that I won. I was shocked. I was happy. It was one of the greatest feelings you could possibly feel. I'd like to thank foremost my parents. They've raised me to do this. They've inspired me through their life journey, through the things they've done, and they set a prime example for me to go forth, to achieve my dreams, to always persevere no matter what. I'd also like to thank my older siblings, Schneider and Junior. They've also been instrumental in my development as I gotten older, and they've also inspired me as well, and everyone else in my family. I've also like to thank my teachers and my schools for always believing in me, showing me that the true value of education, how it can help people. The teachings of Dr. King have influenced my life by changing the ways that I think about certain things, about the way certain people act. Like, one thing he mentioned was a law, like a just law, is supposed to uplift human personality. It's supposed to help people, bring people together. And while unjust laws are they don't do that. They do the opposite. They degrade human personality. They subjugate people. They pit people above one another. And things such as that changed how I've viewed the world, how we should act towards one another, what we should really be advocating for. My favorite Dr. King quote, it has to be, an unjust law is no law at all. And I like that phrase because often enough, people justify atrocities and wrong actions by saying it's legal, it's the law. And Dr. King, he addresses this by saying that an unjust law isn't a law. You can't justify a bad action because it's the law, because it's unjust, which doesn't make it a law in the first place. The law should be able to help people. It shouldn't be able to pit people down and to separate people.
I appreciate this opportunity to introduce you to this extraordinary young man. Martin Luther King had many gifts. One of them was the gift of narrative, to use words and stories to make a larger point. And to all you scholars, I love this night because I've met many of you and I've met many of you over the years. And when you meet us, you look us in the eye, you tell us your stories, you tell us who you are, what you've done, and where you're going. And know that that is an incredibly powerful gift that is going to take you far in life. No matter what happens tonight, never forget the ability to say who you are and what you've done and where you're going and tell your story your way is one of the best things you can do. And I know Andrea here has worked hard with you guys to give you some advice about speeches. And it's one of the best gifts that you can have. And to you 8th graders, please aspire to be one of these kids up here tonight who can tell us your story in 4 years. Alan, you are an amazing, amazing student. Alan has only seen A's his entire high school career. Nothing but an A on his report card. Because of that, he's a member of the National Honor Society, the National Science Honor Society, the debate, the diversity, the amateur radio and engineering clubs, the math team. He serves as a student advisory board on the student advisory board, participates in student outreach, AXO. He's the treasurer of the NAACP Youth Council, and he volunteers in Reading Buddies and as a Sabbath school teacher, but also last summer to go to Haiti to work with the poor and the sick. You're an amazing young man. It's our pleasure to be able to sponsor this scholarship. Alan?
Do I look white to you? In 8th grade, a classmate told me, "You're the whitest black kid I know." I was disappointed in myself for not being black enough. But I'm not white. I'm not white because I'm academically gifted. I'm not white because I'm not ghetto, because that's how they view black kids. Characteristics do not define race or ethnicity. This myth is built on racism, stereotypes, and a false sense of superiority. As time moved on, I gained the wisdom to regard such things as utter nonsense. 8th graders, do not let anyone label you by the color of your skin, whether you are black or white. I want to thank Comcast for helping me achieve my dream of becoming a software developer. Mom, Dad, will you please rise? Dad, thank you for always teaching me that God is my refuge and strength. Mom, thank you for always showing me through example that I need to persevere even when things become hard. You both are my role models. I look up to you and hope that one day I can be just like you. Mom, Dad, I love you both so much.